Hey everybody, I'm Star.
And I'm Darius.
And this is Snack Vent, coming to you live from our Clintonville studio, which is actually our guest room, which is actually a combination of a gym and a bedroom. But anyhow, join us as we count down your favorite snacks from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Let's get snacking.
Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, December 10th, and we are back with your newest episode of Snack Vent. I'm Star.
And I'm Darius.
And we are excited to share a new snack, share all the updates that are fit to print or tell. And honestly, I don't think we have a ton. I do know that we had some lovely feedback about Jules', our dog's, guest appearance yesterday. She is behind us today. Do you want to pop out and say hi? No, she's laying down. So, yes, so Jules thanks you all for the lovely feedback on her performance.
You were out in the stores today. Did you get any hearings of Wham?
I remain safe from Wham.
So do I.
All right, folks, we have made it to December 10th
And
without being whammied.
No Wham last Christmas.
So that is great news.
Congratulations.
I'd love to say that we have really exciting stuff going on, but we are still kind of in the thick of things with work and getting ready to kick off registration at the beginning of the new year for your marathon. And so just not a ton of exciting stuff, but we do have some exciting stuff coming up as we get closer to the holidays.
We're not going to disappoint you. We'll have something fun.
Yeah, it's still more than 2 weeks even to Christmas Eve, so we'll have time to pick up the energy. Speaking of picking up the energy, do you want to reveal to viewers our snack of the day?
Yes, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the board.
It's our snack vent calendar.
Oh, what the heck is that? Snackwells.
Oh,
well.
Gather round, children, for the tale of the fat-free snack that was actually quite bad for you.
See, I didn't even know they were fat-free.
That was what...
I really like them.
Well, you're actually getting into some cult classic Pulp Fiction type of stuff that we'll talk about.
Okay.
But Snackwells was a brand. It was actually a brand that was invented or that came about in 1992.
Okay.
And this is when we, as an American culture, were kind of at the height of the fat is bad piece of nutrition. And a lot of studies had been done at this point in time talking about how Americans really needed to roll back their fat consumption.
No pun intended.
Roll back. And when you consider, you think about it and we look now and say, were we healthier in the 50s, 60s, 70s? But, moms used to serve casseroles, cheese, and meat, and you would you'd get home from school and have lots of peanut butter on your apples, and you were eating full lunches and steaks, and people were using and drinking whole milk, whole butter, whole cream, and people were like, because of heart disease, we need to, so Snackwells came out of this in 1992. And they were not from Nabisco. I think they were, I forget what brand they were. It's terrible. What I do know is they eventually sold back to nature. So Snackwells comes out and they invent this fat-free cookie. And the other thing that's going on, particularly for women, is that this is the height of supermodel culture in the US. And I am not blaming supermodels or thin women in any way. But when Baked Lays came out in this same time frame, there was this famous poker commercial that was like Linda Evangelista and Naomi Campbell and Christy Turlington, and they're all sitting around playing poker and eating Baked Lays because you can eat this guilt-free and still look like a model. Eat as much as you want. So Snackwells comes out and they have 3 cookies. They had a shortbread, They had a sandwich cream, and most famously, they had the devil's food chocolate cookie.
Oh, yeah.
And it was that cakey cookie with the layer of marshmallow and the weird waxy chocolate coating, and not a gram of fat to be found. Mm-hmm. You say you loved them.
Those ones I didn't. I liked the.
Which ones did you like?
There was a vanilla, you said?
The vanilla sandwich cream?
Yeah, that's the one I liked.
So I was a big fan of the devil's food one. It was very sweet. It tasted chocolatey. It felt indulgent. And it also kind of had an air of cardboardness to it.
Mm-hmm. Which
so
is desirable in a cookie.
It wasn't at all satisfying, which is of course why you felt like you needed to eat more and more, and that maybe it was okay. Now, we've learned in the years since that what they primarily do when they make these fat-free products is they just replace a lot of the fat with sugar, because that's the only way to keep the flavor, because a little bit of fat goes a long way in giving flavor. Eventually what happened in the late teens, 2016, 17, 18, somewhere in there, they came up with a new formula for the Snackwell, and it then had 2 grams of fat. And this is, no one wanted this new cookie, because if you go on Reddit and message boards and things like that, people are obsessed with this original fat-free cardboard cookie. They want to be able to find it. And unfortunately, this revised version of the Snackwell did not perform well in stores. And at the same time, research was done going back, and something was termed the Snackwell effect in research. And essentially what the Snackwell effect is where people will eat vast quantities of something that's deemed healthier, but they will eat it to excess. So in a strange,
counterproductive.
And in a strange twist of fate, there are some doctors and scientists who now believe that Snackwells and foods like them actually contributed to our current obesity crisis because of 2 things. Number 1, the amount of sugar that we were eating and that we became accustomed to. And number 2, how highly processed they were. You know, I am typically more of a fruit and vegetable girl. And we all know that the more a food is processed and the further and further away you get from a food being in its natural form, the less healthy it is. And so these Snackwells were over-processed and over-sugared, and I have been craving them. I was so excited. And it was in the grocery store line today that I learned that Snackwells were officially discontinued in 2022. So after all that buildup, I don't have a Snackwell.
Wow. We are left hungering for more.
What I do have is a comment entered yesterday.
David Jacobs, who is a real reporter, not just a former reporter. He's actually the real deal.
And he said, I'd like to see you guys do Fig Newtons.
He's a runner, too. Yes. I worked with David at the Columbus Dispatch a number of years ago.
So standing here in Kroger, devastated that they don't have Snackwells, and also trying not to get whammed. I mean, playing Whamageddon is a very effective way to get through the grocery store quickly. I decided to pick up a pack of Fig Newtons. And the shelf is empty, but what they do have are the fat-free Fig Newtons.
So it wasn't intentional that we were going with fat-free Fig Newtons, David and others who love Fig Newtons, but that's all they had at the store. So it stuck with our theme, but it's counterproductive to the
It's still a fat-free cookie.
Fig Newton. But Fig Newtons, I really don't consider Fig Newtons to have been a heavy fat cookie, even in their fattest fat form.
They're not. Even when they're fatty fat, they're not fattening, which is why the fat-free variety actually came about at the same time as the Baked Lays and the Snackwells. Now, Fig Newtons were originally invented by a baker from Philadelphia. His first name was Charles. I don't recall his second name, but we mentioned yesterday how much we like
the Big Bang Theory.
So what have you learned about Fig Newtons from the Big Bang Theory?
So Penny, one of the main characters on Big Bang Theory, learned when she was learning about physics from Sheldon that Fig Newtons are not named for Isaac Newton, but for the town in Massachusetts, which, going even more full circle for us, is on the route of the Boston Marathon. So there's just all sorts of connections here.
Our baker Charles actually lived in Philadelphia, but when Fig Newtons, which are actually made with a fig paste, and I've actually made fig paste before when I make my grandma's Italian Christmas cookies, the cucciolati. So they're made with a fig paste. It's not just rolling a fig in the dough. When he began to mass produce them, he moved to a bakery in Newton, Massachusetts. And on the 100th anniversary of Fig Newtons, which I believe was 2012, but I could be off. But on the 100th anniversary, Newton had a huge party celebrating the Fig Newton.
Do you know what else is full circle about figs? So when we went to the Christmas lights, village lights on Sunday in German Village here in Columbus, I had delicious bacon wrapped figs from our friend Sarah Irvin. So just there's so many connections going on right now.
Yeah. So the final little hit about Fig Newtons as we try our snack, and I actually have used Fig Newtons in ultras, and it's also something I enjoy before a run. If I just need to get a little something in my stomach. They removed, not too long ago, the fig.
Now they're just called Newtons?
Now they're just Newtons.
Oh, and that one says fig, so they must have other flavors now.
Yes, they have a strawberry that they've had for a long time.
Yeah, I had that one. The strawberry one's good, but the Fig Newton...
It's delicious.
It is delicious.
It really...
Wow.
It's really delicious. It's satisfying.
I'm telling you, the thing about all the snacks we've been featuring is they deliver exactly what you know them to deliver. A Fig Newton tastes exactly like a Fig Newton should taste.
And if you put some lemon glaze on top of it, it would taste pretty close to my grandma's fig Christmas cookies. Okay. Now you said something interesting. We're going to wrap with this. Okay, it's going to be the final science.
What? We're going to wrap?
The final science Big Bang kind of twist to this whole thing. You said to me, well, aren't Fig Newtons pretty low in fat to begin with? So, a regular Fig Newton, I'm sorry, a regular Newton, not the fat-free variety, a serving is 2 cookies. I believe it's, 100 calories, 2 grams of fat, and 12 grams of sugar, added sugar.
So 2 cookies are a serving, so each cookie has 1 gram of fat.
Correct. Okay. Fat-free Newtons, 90 calories.
Okay.
So we've knocked 10 calories off. 0 grams of fat, but 13 grams of sugar.
And what was the other one? 12? There you go.
So you lose the fat.
And gain the sugar.
And what does sugar make us gain?
Weight.
Power.
America.
So everybody.
Land of sugar.
So everybody, that's today's episode. A lot of cookie nostalgia, cookie research,
good facts there. Well
cookie
done,
science.
Star.
Thank you. And since I had done the board and they don't make Snackwells, we'll get that updated tomorrow. I'm gonna have to glue a Fig Newton package over the Snackwells because
they just boxed them out and became the new snack for the 10th day of Advent.
Really quite sad. So everyone, thanks so much for coming along on this nostalgic, fat-free, rambling journey. If you want to continue to get your snack time content every day, click
subscribe.
Or find us. We're at Snack Time with Darius. Bye.